Hi friends, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to look at how I repainted and reupholstered a chair and a bench in my dining room for a gathering that is planned at our home this weekend. The chair that I'm reupholstering is from the set of chairs that went with the antique dining table that's in my dining room now, but some of the chairs were broken, as is this one. And it's going to take me a little bit of repair work to get it in good shape. So I first took off the cushions so that I could get to the pieces that need to be re-glued and reattached. And again, apologies for the mess in my garage in the background. I'm slowly making progress, but it's taking me completing projects to get those things out of the way and get the garage or my workroom organized. I'm removing the old screws that were holding this broken arm on, and what I'm going to have to do is re-drill some of the holes. Some of the screws were actually crooked or in there crooked, so I'm going to sand the pieces, re-drill some of the holes, and then apply wood glue and clamps so that the arm is sturdy. I could tell that someone had repaired this piece in the past, but some of the wood was broken or split. I used a palette knife to put wood glue in some of the flat spaces and to get it in between where some of the cracks had happened. Then I used furniture clamps to hold these pieces in place while the glue dried. I'd like to ask you to please forward this video by email or text to one of your friends or family by using the share option below, and it really helps grow my channel. So please do that, and thank you. The next step is to upholster the seat cushion, and since the bottom of this cushion has a curve to it, I'm pulling the center sections tight first and stapling those. I've tried a few different brands of staplers, and DeWalt is really the best and easiest to use. It doesn't take much hand pressure, and it really holds the staples in nicely. The next step in this is to pull the corners tight and to tuck those in sort of like you would wrapping a gift, and then just trim the excess fabric away. You want to make sure that you're not getting the fabric too bunched up, especially in the corners, because you're going to have to put your screw back through the fabric and the wood when you attach it back to the chair. And if you don't get the fabric quite smooth, just pull out the couple of staples and redo them so that the fabric lies flat. And this chair took about 3 coats of chalk paint to completely cover this. I did a little sanding on this piece, but it was not so much to prepare it for the paint as it was to just smooth out scratches or gouge marks that were on the chair. This chair really has some pretty details on it, and the white chalk paint brings it out so much better. It just really brings attention to the carving and the shape of the legs and the back. And here's the bench I'm going to make a new seat cover for. It has a few scratches on it, and I'm not going to worry about that right now. Rather than going to the expense of buying foam to go inside this seat cover, I'm using an old comforter that I've cut to fit the size of the bench, and I'm going to fold it up and then cover it with a quilt batting to give it some smoothness so you won't be able to see those folds or seams inside of it there. I did use my serger to finish the edges of the comforter before I folded it into the shape for this cushion, and I used a curved upholstery needle to hand sew this. And here's how it looks, all sewn up and ready to be covered with my upholstery fabric. To cut out the pieces for the top and bottom sides of the cushion, I just measured the width and length of the bench, and I did not add seam allowances because when you're making a cushion, you want it to fit very snugly. For the side pieces, I measured 3 inches wide, and then the circumference of the cushion for the length of the pieces. I cut 2-inch strips to sew around piping for the edges of the cushions. And as I was sewing, I realized I probably should have added maybe another 1/2 inch or inch to that, so I had a little bit more fabric to work with. Piping I used for this was vinyl because that's what I had on hand. At the end of this video, you'll see both of these pieces finished and how I used them in my dining room and how the chair matches the dining room table details. And I'm using it at a small desk that I have to the side of my dining room. The chairs that you see at my table were recovered about a year ago, and I do have another video showing how I reupholstered those. Thank you for watching today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video.